Welcome to another session of Coaching Insights. I'm David Ranishek. How does time move on a juice feast? What's your experience of time while you're juice feasting? Before I answer that, let's look at time in a juice feast. People juice feast for 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, 92 days. But do people really juice feast that long? Well, in a sense, yes, we do. But really, when it comes down to it, we're more like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. Bill Murray, if you remember that film from the 1990s, he gets up in the same town every day, apparently for years, and he relives the same day. Everybody else's life is the same, and he keeps reliving it to try to figure out how to do it better. This, in many respects, is our practice on a juice feast. We're not juice feasting for 1 or 7 or 30 or 60 or 92 days. Everybody juice feasts for 1 day. You get really, really good, really skillful at juice feasting for 1 day, and then you go to bed, and you get up, and you do it again. And by moving through those days, that's how healing and health comes around. So everybody juice feast for 1 day. So with that being said, how does time move? What's our experience of time during cleansing and healing on a juice feast? The way I'd put it is, time moves like the cross between a bulldozer, a cloud, and a snail. A bulldozer, a cloud, and a snail. A bulldozer with this surety of the movement of time. It's this big, heavy block, and it's moving, and it's sure that it is. It moves like a cloud in that it's kind of light and airy, and it's also just drifting on by. And so there's a sense of lightness about it as well, a sense of majesty about time during a juice feast. And also like a snail, in that sometimes it really feels like it drags. And when you put all three of those together, your present moment experience during a juice feast can feel like this. And it just keeps moving across like that. It can almost drag. Yet, there's all this stuff that's going on. So in the present moment, you have one experience, like it's a cross between a bulldozer, a cloud, and a snail. But when you look back on the days that you've been juice feasting, you realize that actually a lot has happened. In fact, you'll be able to mark more things oftentimes that have happened during your days of juice feast than normal adult life. Because important things are happening for your health almost every day that you're juice feasting, particularly in the first 14 to 30 days. You step on the scale and almost every time your weight is down. And for most people who are adults, this is an astonishing thing. You've tried many different weight loss or healing programs out there, and yet your weight seems to stagnate more. And during that first 14 to 30 days, the weight really starts to trim down. You also notice a difference in your face. Because of Herring's law of cure, we heal from the top down. So we tend to see the puffiness coming out of our face, probably in part because not just the lymphatic system is clearing out, but there's no wheat, there's no dairy, there's no soy, there's no processed sugar, there's no animal products. A lot of the things that tend to stagnate our system are out of the picture. And you see the positive effect of that reduction in stagnation in the face first, thankfully. And so your friends or your coworkers or somebody at the grocery store might actually notice that you look more radiant. But there's a lot going on every day on a juice feast. It's just that it feels like time is dragging by. But if you feel that way, look back and see just how much has happened. Look back on the pictures that you took of yourself at the beginning of a juice feast and take a photograph of yourself in the present moment, and you'll see that a lot has happened on each day. Now, given that we're in this present moment space all the time, and that time seems to be moving like this across on a juice feast, this affords some opportunities. For one, this is a massive mindfulness practice. I've said this for years. Juice feasting is an incredible mindfulness practice. You're becoming more aware of what's going on in your body. You're becoming more aware of what's going on in your mind. I like to say that the veil is lifted while you're on a juice feast. There's no pizza or ice cream or some Italian dinner or whatever to run to go ahead and give yourself a break from the present moment and reality as it is. So you are more in touch with the reality outside of yourself and from within during a juice feast. This is much the way it was when meditation came to the West. We weren't sure whether it was inviting in heaven or hell. The answer is kind of both, but there's an opportunity with both sides of that equation. And it's a mindfulness practice. It's an opportunity to go ahead and look at your life as it is and to get in touch with what's really important to you. You may notice during a juice feast it becomes increasingly difficult to do things that are not authentic to who you really are or who you're being and becoming. You could have done them maybe more easy before a juice feast, but once you get into an evolutionary position in your life, you say, I've got to start cutting out some of this stuff that's not really in accord with who I'm being and becoming, who I vision myself to be. So within this sense of time, kind of dragging or moving across like a bulldozer or a cloud or a snail, you have this spaciousness that opens up to go ahead and investigate your life. The unexamined life is not worth living, it's been said, right? So you have this opportunity. You have this fullness of time during a juice feast to make the most of your time. And there are a number of life practices that you can bring in, which we won't touch on today, but I'll just name two: journaling and meditation. Journaling being actually a very feminine, full practice. You are engaging with your life as you have been living it, maybe over the last day or a few days, and you're objectively taking a look at it. You've got the time to really investigate it and to be more in touch with how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's going on for other people. So journaling can be a very active, engaged way of mindfully taking a look at your life as it is. Meditation is more of a masculine practice, if you will. It's not getting engaged, it's actually sitting back. Now, it is an engaged position, but it's not getting involved with life as it is. It's simply witnessing what is arising in the mind, which may be present moment stuff, and it may be stuff from the past day, or sometime over your lifetime, or worries about the future. But your job in practicing meditation is just to sit and do bare witnessing and abide in the time that's moving by at whatever pace you think it's moving. Both of these practices are profound in the midst of a juice feast because they help you to objectify your life as it is, to take a look at it as an observer, as if you're sitting in a movie theater looking at the screen. With meditation and with journaling, both cases are actually watching your own life on the movie screen. And when you get some distance from that, you can actually step back and look at your life like it's playing out on a movie screen. You get unfused from your life as it is. You step back and you say, oh, look, there it is. That's how I felt about that. That's what I did there. I was concerned about this thing here and I didn't take the chance that I should have, or did the thing that I actually wanted to do. And maybe you're writing it down or you're observing it during meditation and you think, maybe next time I'll do it differently. I'm actually the artist of my life. And you become more the artist of your life when you can step back from your life as it is and look on it as an objective witness. And you say, it's part of me that's actually observing my life as it is. That part of me that's observing is the artist of that life that I'm looking at. I think next time I'm going to do it different or better or more skillfully. Or you get some insights about your life as it is. So this opportunity that you have within the time, within the changing nature of how you perceive time on a juice feast is a massive asset to you for your own evolutionary development. And I encourage you to investigate your own experience of time on a juice feast or during a fast, as opposed to your normal waking state, your normal waking hours outside of doing something as significant as healing your body and doing a juice feast. This is an incredible opportunity, and I just wanted to draw this out for you in case this was background for you and you weren't actually fully cognizing the shifting nature of how you experience time on a juice feast and the opportunities that this affords to you. And for today, this is it for Coaching Insights. If you appreciate this video, if you think there are other people that you know that might benefit from the content that I'm putting into the Coaching Insights series, please share this video. Click on the subscribe button below, click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified in your inbox when new sessions of Coaching Insights comes out. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.